Well, I actually don't know what the hell that cartoon was. My buddy Eric was in it though, so woo, it was pretty cool. But yes, we finally took care of DB Style himself. Adonis has shed the beard for our upcoming season, which is important because he's not going to be the only one on screen. We lost Bart. Put your Borts in the chat. Press F for respects. But we've gained a washed-up pro. Just like Adonis and Pecky's, we've got another one to make them feel a little bit at home. He is a single-time Xbox world champion when it comes to Smite. I think he's played some other games as well. He's an accomplished streamer. He does a fight club every Wednesday night with his buddy Ace up here. Joining me tonight is going to be David Anson My Pants Hans Allied. How you doing, buddy?
What's up?
There it is.
How's it going?
I don't know.
I'm wearing the moccasins.
Yeah, you are wearing the moccasins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
he's got the
actually,
moccasins.
the story behind this is I woke up about 2 hours ago and I get an angry DM from FDOT, and he's like, "You gotta get here on time," and I'm like, "It's good, I'll be here." And then I checked the traffic report, an hour of traffic, so I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I hate FDOT.
Welcome to Atlanta.
Yeah, no, it's pretty gnarly.
Well, so I mean, Atlanta. You know, you and I are both from New York. Stop that. You and I are both from New York, and we're a little bit far away from home. So, when did you? Because you work for us now. You're ours. You're a caster now. But when you moved home, you moved down here a while ago. So, when did you move?
Sometime after lunch.
Actually, hold that. We have a video that we want to show a little bit about your experiences here at Hi-Rez. Allied's the new guy on campus, and we've been treating him very well. So, roll the tape, please.
Hey, what's up? It's Allied, and for the first couple of weeks I've been here at Hi-Rez, I've had such a great time. It's been a huge, big team that's been helping me out and getting me more comfortable actually being here. Everyone here is working together, and I'm very blessed to be surrounded by such bright minds to make Smite a better game. My office is actually amazing. It's very roomy, very bright. I get to chill, have a very nice, comfy chair, and overall, I mean, I get to look outside, get to see the sun, and it's very bright for me. Overall, I think I have the best office in the building, which I'm very surprised at because I'm very new to the Hi-Rez Studios office. So what's also nice about my office, it's right next to the lunch line, and I get to get there immediately, and we get served fresh food every single day, which is awesome. So I'm usually the first one in line.
Thank you.
And I get all the freshest food immediately, which is just exactly what I wanted. So what's also really cool, because everyone knew I was originally a professional player, so now that I'm working at the office, everyone gets to say hi to me as I'm walking down every single day. It's nice to see everyone, especially when I'm walking to and from the bathroom, get to high-five everyone. I like it. One of the best parts about being at Hi-Rez is knowing that I'm working with the brightest minds. And with the brightest minds are also ex-professional players like Pecky's and Adonis.
What do you think we should do with the newer teams, like on the website? Do you think we should...
Yo, what's up? Good morning.
Hey,
Hey,
Allied.
It's well seeing you. Oh my god.
Dude, Allied's so washed up.
Dude, he's so washed up, he even went to Xbox.
Why did we take him in? We could have just left him
Hey,
out
what's
there.
up, guys?
Someone...
I'm going to the break room. You guys want anything?
Yeah, can I get a pumpkin spice latte, actually?
Okay.
Can I get a room temperature water with ice?
Yeah, you got 2 minutes. Let's go. Come on. 2 minutes. 2 minutes!
Thank God he's gone.
Who we used to play with all the time. So it's very nice to actually work with them and use that to progress Smite as a game. So I would just like to thank all my fans that have helped support me this far, and I'd like to thank Hi-Rez for taking me in, making me feel like I'm a part of a family, and supporting me for my very first couple of weeks of actually working here.
Well, that shows a little bit of a day in the life of Allied here at Hi-Rez. Seems pretty nice. Funny story, that actually wasn't fabricated at all. That's actually how we treat Allied. It's just a part of, well, I mean, Adonis lost the beard, so we had to move on to somebody else, and it's going to be Allied. So what we were saying was Allied and I, we're both from New York. Definitely New Yorkers at heart, if you know anything about the state. But so what I was getting at before was that you moved down here before the whole Hi-Rez thing. You were still playing. When and why did you really move down here?
Actually, me and my girlfriend, we're going to be celebrating our 2-year anniversary, and we met through Smite, and we decided after a while of long-distance relationship to take it to the next level. So.
Oh, she's from down here?
Yes, she actually lives nearby, so it worked out before even the Hi-Rez gig.
sometimes it just, sometimes it just winds
stars
up like
align.
that. Yeah, when the stars align, you got to plan it out. So, congratulations to you and the one person on the planet that wants to spend two years with you. So
God
that's
bless.
excellent. God bless, Papa bless. So moving down here, I mean, biggest thing for me when I moved down here was the lack of like 24-hour spots.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for real. Like we work on. I mean, when I start streaming first period at like 8 a.m., you're still up. So I mean, you must be missing that. What's the biggest thing you miss about New York coming down here?
The environment, it's a lot quieter, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people would be like, "Oh, it's so quiet." Like it's just weird when you grow up. You spend the first 20-something years of your life just surrounded by constant noise. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, because you're from the actual you're from the city.
Yeah, Manhattan.
Yeah.
So just cars honking, police, robberies, all that. The very stereotypical stuff. But yeah, no. Overall, it's just a completely different way of living. That, and I'm looking to purchase a car soon because I actually have to. So when I lived in the city,
Right.
sold my car, and now I have to buy a new one. So cracking my brain.
So what kind of car are you looking at? Are you a big Jeep guy, or are you one of these little
No
you get a
idea.
Miata?
No idea. I'm just gonna kind of see what's going on, and I don't
You're
know.
just gonna wing it?
Yeah.
Just like your whole career?
Yeah, pretty much.
Which, getting into that, growing up, were you always like a gamer growing up?
Yeah, I think that was always like the safest hobby I could do. I was very limited growing up on like what I could do because it's the city. So it's
Right.
like, you're not exactly going outside playing stickball.
Yeah, you're not
on
ice
the
fishing anytime
Yeah,
soon.
on the streets of New York City. So that was kind of like the only option, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like. And then as I actually moved to upstate New York around the age of 10.
Ew,
and
that's not actually
Yeah,
New York.
no, it's not a place. But yeah, no, even then I was just like, when I was up there, I was like, there's still nothing to do. And I'm
Right.
not trying to play stickball with the local kids. Like, So
So at what point did you realize that you would take that from a hobby? Like, did you know at 16 I'm going to be a pro gamer? Because I mean, we
Yeah.
were around the same age, and that was weird. There was like a couple of Counter-Strike things going on back in the day, but esports wasn't huge. So when did you really say, okay, I want to like do that as a profession?
well, it came through like I watched like one of the. So I used to just go over to my friend's house because he had all the systems because he was like a rich guy, and
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, I was really poor.
Shouts to Matt Malloy, he was mine. We all had one of them. We all had one of
Yeah,
them.
no, I was extremely poor. So for me, I would just go over to my friend's house. Hey, you trying to play this new game that came out? Yeah, I got it. Perfect. So we played Super Smash Bros. Melee until Brawl came out. And I remember watching, it was like a 2002, 2004, something, it was like a Melee video on like the Ken combo and stuff like that.
Right,
And I
right,
was
yeah,
like, yo, wait, you're telling me you can make money off video games and like people do this? Like at first I thought it was weird, but then I was like, I'm kind of just, I'm winning every single match against my friend. Yo, I could do it. And then it didn't actually work out for Melee. I went into the Brawl competitive scene and went from there.
Ooh, the Brawl competitive sleeve.
I enjoyed. Okay, so there's a joke. A lot of the Smash 4 like professionals, they still like enjoy or appreciate Brawl, and,
Right.
like even to now, because a lot of the Smash 4 professionals were originally Brawl. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's all, and like Brawl sucked. It was really bad. So going from that to like Smash 4, like everyone still appreciates Brawl, but if you've never played it, it's the worst game in the world. It's actually terrible. But for anyone that has played it, you get a deep appreciation.
So that was sort of your game of choice. Do you remember? This is a trip down memory lane. Do you remember the very first game you played for money ever, Allied?
For money.
The very first game you played for money.
Well, besides for
No. I know the answer to this question. Do you know the very first game you played for money, and who you played it against?
DM Brandon.
Yes. So Allied a long time ago was playing Smash with DM Brandon, and actually Brandon beat him up, and Allied had to lose this. Brandon has been nice enough. He's going to, where am I? $10 is what Brandon took from Allied. This is for you. He's giving it back.
Are you serious?
He knows
this
that you're
isn't
not
even
on the
my
team
money.
anymore.
So there's a Toon Link guy that I met on the subway who turned out to be like one of the best Toon Links ever in the world, and just some random guy. I didn't have money to like money match him because I was like when I went there, it was my first out of state tournament, and I was broke. And it was actually a guy named Jash, and he randomly he came over and he's like, "Yo, money match him. He's talking doo-doo." I'm like, okay, like I'll give it a shot, like whatever. And yeah, but no, thank you.
Well,
Thank goodness.
DM Brandon said that he was the first one to beat you. So there's your money back. He made it a point. I said, hey, I'm going to have Allied on the show. We're going to go down memory lane. He goes, I owe him $10 for beating him that one time. So there you go. That's your $10.
Oh, that's great.
So Smash seems to be a really big deal. You played a lot of the Melee and the Brawl. Do you ever play anything else competitively?
I've messed around. I think Smash is more my entry into the competitive scene. I got kind of sick of how Brawl was. So, and
You got sick of
obviously
tripping?
it was definitely a dying scene, and I appreciate the good memories and all the people I've met, and you know they are
Very
forever my
political.
friends. But I was like, you know, time to move on. I actually got into StarCraft 2 for a bit. I was able to rise amongst the rankings. I pretty much just played solo, and yeah, I hit GM and NA, and then I even played
wow.
on the Korean servers, and it was quite the experience. And then that's when I realized that I am nowhere near good enough to ever be good at StarCraft 2. Like on the grand scheme of things, I was like, yeah, I can get these ladder points, but
Right.
I would get bodied by anyone foreign, that's for sure.
So it was just sort of like the ladder seed, not you weren't going.
Yeah, I
for
wasn't
lands or
going
nothing.
anything crazy, and then stuff happened, and then eventually I got into Smite, and obviously I'm a Counter-Strike 1.6 professional like everyone else in the world.
Everyone
so,
else, everyone
yeah,
else.
Literally, you,
David was.
Yeah.
Fern actually has one of the highest scores in CPL history. So shouts to Fern right here. Susan also did her job over there. But you played, as you said, you played a bunch of different games. And coming into Smite really was my sort of first scene. I paid attention to, like, jokes aside, I actually did pay attention to the Counter-Strike scene back in the day. Shouts to 3D, New York. Okay. But it was really cool. In any event, Smite seems to be a little more friendly, a little more familiar for me, at least. In your experience on the player side of things, how does Smite's scene differ from your experience with Brawl and everything else?
It's friendly. It's probably the first MOBA I can actually get into and like care about.
Yeah.
I've played all the other MOBAs, and really the biggest thing was fast pace and less communication is needed, especially to achieve the highest level of play. So I was good at communication, and I landed myself on one of the top teams very early on in closed beta, and now here I am, washed up.
It's actually funny. Weekend also got Weekend was what's the political term? Benched, promoted to coach.
I mean, you could just say he put on his video kicked.
Yeah.
So like, I guess you could just
It's about that,
say
all
kicked.
about that clickbait. But the mastermind has been revealed as Kiki. So Kiki.
I knew it all along. I had a big feeling, especially when we were talking. I was like, even though I was already kind of sick, I was like, you know what, guys, like this might be it.
Yeah.
I'm good to go with we won Worlds on Xbox. Like I'm done. And then Kiki was like, oh, that's good. And then, like you should really just leave. That's perfect, actually. And I'm like, okay, Kiki, like what's wrong with you? Like what the? So yeah, I kind of knew all along it would just be Kiki.
So I mean, as you said, you're no longer apart. You've sort of retired. What was your favorite part? Was it the LANs, or what was your favorite part of being a Smite pro?
It was definitely the LANs, meeting everyone, and just trying to get better with my teammates. So that was a big thing. And despite like there was obviously a lot of losing involved as well to get better. So being able to tackle problems with your teammates and achieving the same goal is awesome.
Very political. Give me a real story though. Give me something fun.
I enjoyed my teammates. Yeah, I just liked hanging out. That was it. I liked hanging out, and I liked making fun of people on the rank ladder. You know, you
There
got
you
your
go. There you go.
ranked feeders and just make fun of them, and we all had a good time. So
Right. That's always fun. So I mean, you had a lot of good times. You had a lot of good times in Smite. So I guess the real question I want to ask is, why'd you quit?
just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Season 3, I switched roles. I became a mid laner going into Season 3 because I was the Xbox World Champion
Xbox.
mid laner.
Xbox.
Woo! So that means everything. It means I'm better than everyone in mid lane. It does.
On Xbox.
So on Xbox. But regardless, going to Season 3, the mid lane I felt was completely different. Honestly, I just
Yeah?
it didn't feel the same. I didn't, and also my god pool switching over from Season 2 to Season 3 completely got dumpstered.